Good to have you with us on this Friday edition of Live and Local. Coming up at 2:05, Sam Peters will join us, Republican candidate for CD4. But right now, I want to check in with John Kovacs. He is a conservative candidate for Congress in CD3, and he joins us. How's life on the campaign trail, John?
We're coming down to the home stretch, and I told you a couple of weeks ago I was going to have some news, and I have some news.
Try me.
We are fortunate enough, and if you watch, your local cable shows, maybe especially the ones that a lot of people are interested in watching, in the commercial time, you'll probably end up seeing one of our ads if you have not already done so. We've been running them since the 15th of April. So we're on a variety of different stations, and you will look. We're getting our message out, and like I said, that's been pretty exciting because it was a long time planning. It was a long time coming together, and it took it took a lot, and here we are, and we got it done. So I think we're the only candidate at this particular moment in our race who is advertising on at least on cable that I'm aware of. So there's been a lot of firsts for our campaign and a lot of one and onlys. Like I think I'm the only candidate who talks on your radio show. So there's a lot of that. We've been doing a lot of things. We've made I think in the neighborhood of like 20,000 phone calls since the campaign started. We've knocked on a few hundred doors. We've been really active, and of course Facebook, YouTube channel. I've said that in the past. We're leading the way there, and we really hope that that it's going to make a difference come June.
Let me ask you: do you sense, traversing CD3 and talking with people and listening to people, do you get a sense that there is a red wave coming in November?
I get, generally speaking, everyone is extremely dismayed, and you get more of a sense of that by listening to maybe national news, because a red wave would be. Well, you know what? To be more to your point, in our particular area, the answer is yes, only because it was reported that way not that long, a couple of days ago, that a lot of our area, currently CD3 was like leaning left. Now it's been ruled a toss-up. Some of the other districts the same way. So I think that the writing's certainly on the wall. It's too early to tell. Obviously, you don't want to call the game before it's over. But no, and I think with a lot of hard work, and we just continue to push and chip away, we can make that a reality. But I think if you sit on your laurels and just expect it to happen, it may not happen, because the people on the other side, they want to try desperately to prevent that red wave, quote unquote, from happening. So it's not going to be it's in no way going to be a cakewalk. You have to push. The factors are going against them, yes, but those people want to hold on to their seats for dear life. And, you just got to keep pushing and being out there, and that's what we're doing. We're not taking anything for granted.
Again, in the CD3 race, it's been moved from leaning Democrat to a toss-up by no less than the Cook Political Report. Is Susie Lee vulnerable?
Without a doubt, and not just because of the current state of affairs. She's vulnerable on what she's done herself. She's the only time Susie Lee's really been in the news over the last year or so is when it involves stock trades that involve her, stock trades that benefit her, financial dealings that benefit her, and that's when you hear about Susie Lee. Other than that, nothing. A lot of people are upset about that because we're all struggling, make ends meet, and she's by all accounts maybe not doing right by in her reporting in terms of what she's doing with stock and where does she get the information from, and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera.
I want to talk with you about your philosophy on campaigning. You have invested a lot of money. You've invested a lot of time into this race. Are you in it to win it?
In it to win it. I believe in myself. I'm about the only person who's willing to say, you know what, instead of put it all on red, put it all on red and put it all on me, because I'm definitely, I believe in myself. I believe in our campaign. I believe, and I believe in what I'm standing for. And I believe that I wouldn't be doing it if I didn't feel the country was in a dire state of affairs. And I believe we are in a dire state of affairs. I believe we need good leadership, and we need competent people in Congress, and that's why I'm here. And for no other reason, I really want to fix the country.
Is there any polling on the CD3 race yet?
Not to my knowledge. And you know what? People said, John, what about a poll? What do you want to poll? I'm like, all right, so if I poll, what does that tell me? If we don't go to, will we just stop? We're going to keep going. So the poll is the ultimate poll is going to be in a month and a half. It's going to be June 14th or 2 months or whatever. That's the ultimate poll, and it's pointless at this point to do a poll, because we've done everything we could. We've utilized every resource, every social media platform, and we're everywhere we could possibly be. We've done a lot that we can do, and I think the polling will bear itself out in the outcome of the election in June.
Are you confident of the integrity of this vote come June 14th or even into November? Are you confident it will be a free and fair election?
I'm going to say this. As far as June 14th goes, I'm going to say yes, on account of the fact that it's for primarily Republican primaries, and there's really nothing to gain on the Democrats or whatever. I still believe, and everybody's getting the ballot. I will say this: in the primary, believe it or not, we have 150,000 roughly registered Republican voters, and they're all going to get ballots. And believe it or not, only 30% of them are going to return those ballots, according to statistically speaking. So we'll see. It should be a little bit more, but only about 30%. And then in the general election, I have an election integrity center. I definitely believe that we should be acutely aware of what's going on in general election. In my election integrity center, little gold button, you can press, go in there, press on the gold button, and be the person on that counting floor, because that is where a lot of people complained about the discrepancies. Hey, they're too far away from the canvassers. Hey, they're doing this. Hey, be there. The last in 2020, all right, everybody was blindsided, but they're supposed to hire just 4,500 people, just as many Republicans as Democrats are supposed to hire. Press the button, be those people. They pay pretty well. Be those people on the floor. Don't let it what happened in 2020 or what you think may have happened in 2020. Don't let that happen in 2022.
John Kovacs joining us, running for Congress in CD3. What is it your campaign needs at this late date?
Like every other campaign, we're always looking for funds. We're always looking for campaign donations, because especially now TV is not at all expensive. And we definitely, this is the last push, and anything that anybody contributes will definitely go to a worthwhile and worthy cause, and it'll definitely get our message. And it may even be your dollar. It might be the one that puts us over the top. So if you go to kovacsforcongress.com, we have a website, donate pay on the donate button, and donate.
In our final couple of minutes, I've got to ask you about reaching out to voters. The question is, are voters in a mood to think about politics yet? Are they fully engaged in your race and in the other races in our state?
Unfortunately, I'm not sure. I'm not sure they are. I think with the ones that are watching TV, and there's a small percentage of them that are watching those cable programs where we're advertising, those people are definitely engaged, and they've been engaged for months and months and months. They're chomping on the bit. They can't wait for November. Cannot wait. And if you listen, like people who listen to your show, can't wait. But I'm going to say to probably maybe 10, 15% of the electorate. The others are doing their own thing, baseball, football, whatever they're watching, and they're probably not going to become aware of this, all the races. We have governor and senator and everything else. Probably not until a little bit, probably not until about May. But be that as it may, I think if you're not out there, when they do get the ballots are mailed to them, they open up. They may, I remember this guy, and then of course I think they're going to I'm guessing a lot of people are going to research. They're going to go on, they're going to Google, YouTube, whatever, and research the candidates because a lot of them may not have a lot of knowledge, especially because the districts have moved. There's been a lot of redistricting. Susie's Lee's district, people who voted for her last time are not even in her district anymore, and people who are voting for her this time may not even know who she is because I never know Susie Lee. Because she was in somebody else's district for the last 3 times, and the same thing in the Republican primary side. So I think there's going to be a little bit of a learning curve for the electorate. But nonetheless, we're out there, and I think people know who we are for sure. We're definitely out there. We're going to be doing little billboards on the side of the road, like you see all the other candidates and the judges. We're going to be there in a couple of weeks. So we're doing a lot of things. We're definitely out there.
Well, it's going to be interesting to see how this all plays out. Again, we are about 7 weeks away from Election Day, which is June 14th. If folks want to reach out to you, if they want to reach your campaign, how do they do it? People want to follow my campaign, Facebook, John Kovacs for Congress. If you want to, we have 93 videos. You want to know everything there is to know about John Kovacs and where I stand, all the positions, and what our commercials look like, and things like that. Go on our YouTube, John Kovacs for Congress. If you want to donate and learn more about me, who I am, my background, my bio, website, kovacsforcongress.com. We're definitely out there. And then, of course, look for us on TV. We'll be looking for the ads on Fox and other places. Thanks so much, man. I appreciate it.
All right, take care, you guys. Have a great weekend.
There you go. And a happy Earth Day to John Kovacs, running for Congress in CD3. Stay where you are. More to do as we continue on AM 670 KMZQ.